Dude,
Um,
they just need to make a freaking movie set in the Clone Wars, like with all like with Hayden, with Ewan, and like it can just be something isolated that doesn't really.
like somewhere in the middle where like it kind
Yeah,
of shows everything,
yeah,
in
like
one movie. Yeah.
God, that would be amazing. Oh,
Yeah.
I'd probably cry.
Yeah, I just don't know if they're even thinking about throwing money at something like that. Because
I
Mm.
like, you know what I mean? It's just like live action. They're just kind of I feel like they're taking every safety precaution they possibly can
well, I
to
feel
not
like
drop too much money.
they're learning that we everybody doesn't hate the prequels anymore because that was initially like their approach when they started making the sequels. They thought that the prequels were like the plague and they like everyone hated them, but uh, I feel like that'd make a lot of money maybe if they did that. I don't think they will by any means, but
Yeah.
I think it would sell. It would certainly sell.
I agree 100%. Even exactly like if you're right, like if it was like the Clone Wars movie that we got there, like that's its all entirely own thing, perfectly, suffices as a start to finish movie. Could totally just be an individual mission or something, but
Yeah.
that's I feel like that's a fantasy. But heck, all of the shows and stuff they've announced and seeing like live action Ahsoka, Bo-Katan, like I at this point I'm like, okay, we're getting a Kenobi show. Like all these things that we have wanted to see for a while are kind of coming true. So maybe it's like not too much to wish for at this point. Like who knows?
The wait for the Kenobi show has been agonizing, like especially before they announced it, because like we had all these rumors like every seemingly every month of every year. It was like, oh, Disney's planning to make a Kenobi show, and then nothing would come of it.
Or
And
it's
we're
like
all
Disney's secretly in production right now.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's like no way.
Yeah, and everybody get excited, and it just felt like such a no-brainer to do that because everyone wanted it. Why aren't they doing it? And then like it was literally like 3 or 4 years of speculation, of rumors, and then finally they announced it last year, I think. So
Yeah.
I can't wait for it.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be. I just keep thinking of like the joy of seeing Luke Skywalker again on screen, Mandalorian finale. Like that times 1,000 is how I'm gonna feel when I
Yeah.
Seeing the
see.
big dad.
Yeah, when I see Obi-Wan and Anakin again, I don't think my body will be able to physically handle like that amount of joy. Like I actually am concerned for the levels of excitement that I'm going to experience, but it's fine. It's fine.
You know, Zach might be down here in SoCal by that time. So we should do like a big
Nice.
like watch party or something, or
we're
live stream, or whoever
True.
knows.
we're all just
That would
crying.
be sick. We're all just I
Yeah.
know we're all just dying. Like we're like we all have our own corners. We're just like in fetal position. Like no way, no.
Kleenex just flying around the room.
Yeah, no, that'd be sick.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be.
I think Qui-Gon is needed for sure. Actually, I think Star Wars Theory's favorite character. Is that what
He
he said?
loves Qui-Gon. Yeah.
Is that his favorite?
Mhm.
I think he said
Uh,
something like that.
I
it might
thought
be one of
Anakin
his.
was.
Yeah, he's a big
Oh, well, he
Anakin
loves
fan.
Anakin, but he was talking about how I don't know if he said it was his favorite, but he was like harping on the idea that Qui-Gon comes back because he would the only character he'd ever want to see more than anything else is Qui-Gon.
Oh.
I was like thinking, I was like, really? So that's interesting.
Hmm.
Like I have a couple of friends who Qui-Gon's their favorite, and I just think like, why? Like he's an awesome character, but like I don't think there's enough there for you to kind of not want Obi-Wan or Anakin more.
Yeah. Well, I think this like we've been saying, like there's a lot of wisdom that Qui-Gon probably has, and like as the OG Force Ghost, and like
Great Jedi, yeah.
the stuff that he could potentially share with Obi-Wan to be like, listen, like this is the prophecy, blah blah blah. Like I feel like that could totally be like the amount of wisdom that Qui-Gon has that we don't see in his lone film, The Phantom Menace. Like that for me, like he is one of my I am part of the club that like firmly believes that if he had survived, like none of this would have happened. I feel like we talked about this before, Alex, but like I truly believe like if he had been the one to train Anakin, like things might have gone differently or been different, or the outcome might have been slightly different. But
What if he decided to go like Dooku's route though, and then Anakin becomes evil regardless, and then he's the one to end the Jedi Order the same exact way? Like what if
maybe
Like you know what I mean? Like because like Dooku in a way, didn't want. Did he kind of renounced the Sith, but he was kind of playing chess with himself the same way Palpatine was. So I think because they were too busy playing chess against each other, neither of them kind of saw what was happening, and then Palpatine just made the move. I honestly feel like Qui-Gon, being a great Jedi, I don't think he'd ever go as extreme as Dooku, but I mean, I wouldn't doubt the idea that he would manipulate Anakin into thinking that there's just a bunch of cultists that really have lost their way and they need to be finished or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think that would be a very interesting kind of outlook on what would have happened if Qui-Gon. I don't know. Zach, are you making that video?
I don't know, because like everybody's done that. Like I get it requested a lot, but like so many people have done a what if Qui-Gon didn't die, and it's always like Kat said, like none of this ever happens and everything usually turns out okay. Because I think that Qui-Gon would never do what Dooku did, because Dooku was too political. He was a political idealist, not a murderer. But Qui-Gon didn't care about that. Qui-Gon was a servant of the Force through and through, and I feel like he would have never gone to Qui-Gon or to Dooku's level. So yeah, that's what I think about. But another interesting thing that I think Kat brought up was, like, yeah, Qui-Gon was only in one film. There's so much I want to know about, like, what he thinks. Like, I want to know what he thinks about Dooku. I want to know what he thinks about the Jedi specifically. Like, there's all these things that I want to know about Qui-Gon that we just don't know, because he's only been in a few episodes of the Clone Wars and episode 1 of the saga. So that would also be a bonus of having him in the Obi-Wan series, is we'd get to hear more of what he thinks.
Yeah. 100%. There's so much untapped wisdom. Like, oh, I just love him. I would love that if we, I guess, see him or hear him, not see him, in the series. Because I think also, I literally saw those rumors that Qui-Gon was rumored to return to the Kenobi series, and then I saw the literal next day that Liam Neeson apparently is planning to retire from action movies, and I was like, well, I guess he doesn't want to do an action TV show.
He's gonna do rom-coms now instead.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's like 70, right?
Yeah, he could retire for good if he wants, but so I saw that and I was like, does this mean he's not coming back to do a Star Wars TV show? Is that true?
I didn't read that article where he said that he would come back as Qui-Gon. Is that factual, or is that just a headline for clicks? I didn't actually read that. Did you guys see that?
I didn't read it either. I'm pretty sure it's factual.
Okay.
Because I think he knows it wouldn't be like a physically demanding role. Like it would likely just be his voice.
Yeah.
And he seemed to have liked it regardless.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't critically well received, he seemed to enjoy playing the character and everything. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm all about it.
I don't think it was like an awful movie. I just don't know, like, I don't know. I felt that it was always like the odd one out of the trilogy. Like it's just so disconnected from the other two, because like I think 10 years between it.
It's filmed very differently too.
Yeah, and it's just like the story itself isn't super. I guess like you can debate whether it's significant or not. Like obviously the Duel of the Fates was significant, but like in terms of like scale, it's not on the same scale as the other two, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, he did seem to enjoy playing Qui-Gon, and I mean he came back for the Clone Wars, an animated TV show, so I'm sure he would come back for live action Kenobi series, and he'll probably get paid.
Yeah, or just don't put him in at all. There's no way he could do it without his voice.
Yeah,
just one of those things.
Yeah.